Thank you, Kyle. Well, the heat wasn't enough to stop Northeast Missouri residents from celebrating Flag Day in Palmyra this morning. A patriotic parade went down Main Street. Attendees dressed in red, white, and blue cheered on the celebration. And while Flag Day was Friday, Palmyra is celebrated just a day later to have the chance for more to come out and celebrate. Local businesses and participants of all ages came out to showcase their patriotism.
So Flag Day is important for us to celebrate. We have many family members who have served in the armed forces in one way or another, so it's very important for us to honor them and honor the American flag.
Immediately following the parade, there was a flag raising and flag folding ceremony. This afternoon, hundreds of people